Want to see something cool? Another leaked memo from the USDA's Agricultural Research Service. Did you guys see this one? This is a good one. A huge list of banned terms in the administration, which include climate vulnerable and safe drinking water. This organization it monitors agricultural health in the United States. We kind of say it's like the bedrock of civilizational success, like kind of making sure we have the food being grown properly and it's not full of disease and there's enough water for it. Kind of shitty photos, but that's what a real leak looks like. Put the lead back in the paint. Just put the lead back in the toys, okay? You know why men are so weak and feminine these days? Because they don't have enough lead poisoning. We need to put lead in the paint of the masculine toys so that the babies will chew on them and become lead-brained. That's right. Search terms: equity or DEI or DEIA, equitable or inclusive or by piece. This is a long list. I do like these. Climate or climate change or climate dash change or changing climate or climate consulting. Climate models, climate model, climate variability, climate science, global warming, carbon pricing, sustainable construction, carbon sequestration, GHG emission, climate smart forestry, clean energy, clean power, clean fuel, alternative energy, solar energy, they can't even say solar energy. Water conservation, water efficiency, water quality, clean water, safe drinking water, field drainage, or tile drainage. That's pretty good. Write a USDA agricultural report summary without using the vowel E. The following list of keywords must be used when evaluating all urgent and critical agreement something before including them on the exceptions requirement to the agreement moratorium list. When evaluated agreements, these entries that include these terms or similar terms cannot be submitted. These ensure we maintain compliance with the administration's EOS. Or in other words, like in order to use these words, they have to be specifically permitted when you submit these documents. Otherwise, they won't be allowed to be published. So essentially, like, it's a ban. Yeah. It's a conditional ban, but in practice, the reason you would have a list this broad is to make it a ban. We're, like, actually gonna die. We're gonna fucking die, dude. It's like, this is a anti-intellectual revolution on par with the Khmer Rouge. They are going to be sending college-educated elites in the cities out to farm turnips in the fucking in the shitty, like, non-arable West Virginian patches, you know? The crop rotation tweet remains evergreen. I'm surprised crop rotation isn't one of the banned terms here. Jesus Christ. Massive brain flight incoming. I saw this referenced earlier today. I didn't see the article they were citing or whatever study they were citing, but apparently, like, a significant number of scientists in America are seriously considering moving, which I can't really blame them for. I think China's taking 75%. Japan will probably take a lot of them. People are getting out, man. Bro thinks the rocks we burn make the world hotter. When you light a fireplace, does it make the outside warmer? Joe over here thinks that lighting a fireplace makes the whole planet warmer. What a fucking idiot. Our ancestors watching us move to Europe to escape fascism. Maybe that's the real dialectic. History moves on a wheel, and every century people just flee from one side of the Atlantic to the other to avoid fascism, and we just get to keep doing that forever. Question: what country would really want us? American scientists? Every country. They would love that shit. We have, like every country on earth basically would that would be like the highest tier shit possible. Finally, this would be like the first time in a century that America experiences brain drain. Because up until this point, we've been draining everyone else's brains. The top scientists and researchers and doctors all over Asia, India, Africa, you know, whatever, they've come over here. Now, finally, you know, we're going to get the opposite. There's already several European countries that have created special funds to try to lure American scientists in anticipation of them fleeing. I saw that with France. It's probably happening more. Do brain drain people count towards those with bachelor degrees or strictly in STEM? I don't know. Depends on how good you are. Jesus, man. Is there any USDA leaked memo banned words list? Yeah, there aren't even any, like, mainstream sites talking about it. which is insane. I Googled USDA leaked memo banned words list. The second link is a Twitter article. The third one, here we go. Congressman Panetta urges USDA to reverse food program cancellations. But that's not even about that's the second link. No one's talking about this. Zone equals flooded. No kidding. This is what I mean about how, like, it wouldn't matter if Democrats won right now. What do you do about an environment where the USDA literally circulates an internal memo saying you can't use the word clean drinking water anymore? Which, by the way, as a detail in civilizational collapse, could be included in a Fallout game and people would make fun of it for being too over the top. That'd be like you wander the wastelands of America and you find a like ruined city, which was like, ideologically aligned with MAGA. And then you're like, oh, we've banned the word safe drinking water because that's woke shit. Yeah, your water's fine. Just drink water. And we would be like, all right, okay, it's a Fallout game. Bethesda's not exactly, doing the best these days. We can't get New Vegas writing and everything, but it's happening in real life. It's Bethesda storytelling. And also, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's because, like, again, this is what I mean. Like, it wouldn't matter if Democrats won. This is a level of, like, civilizational decay that goes beyond just losing an election. Real life doesn't have to appeal to realism. That's true, and I think that is very annoying. Really, really annoying. No one can ever give Kojima shit for being too on the nose. You really can't. A man beyond his time. Marilyn, nothing's going to come of it. Nothing's going to come of it. You have a fluff of your hair or something? That is typically how hair arranges itself. How long will Vaush take until he starts drinking on stream, chugging after every headline? It is difficult to deal with, and not like in an emotional sense, the way that maybe you would interpret that because you're emotionally compromised by this stuff. I mean, it's difficult to deal with in the sense that, like, it is legitimately beyond parody. No, they mean you have something in your hair? There you go. I see the little piece of lint now. No, you don't, motherfucker. It's gone. It is fucking crazy that FDR was so popular, they had to put rules in because of how popular he was. A generational leader there, Yeah, not just a rule, an amendment. We should have cloned FDR. If FDR was like an undying god, if he was essentially like the emperor of mankind, he could have kept winning like for a while, I think. Like, I don't think we would have had Eisenhower. I think he just would have kept it going. The FDR century. Before you say anything positive about FDR, have you heard he was racist? Wait, everyone, hold on. I need everyone to know that I'm progressive. I noticed you were saying something positive about, like, arguably the best president since Lincoln. Did you know he was racist? Yes or no? And if yes, why did you say something good about him? Here's an apology form. Take it. Did you know slavers owned slaves? Yeah, I remember that. We had like a founding fathers discussion, probably spurred by the fact that I had recently watched Hamilton some years ago. And there were people in chat who would not get the fuck. They would not engage with the subject beyond that. Because the position that I held, and I still hold it, by the way, is that you had to be a halfway impressive person to be a founding father or to be in any kind of political office in America for a long while. Even if you were a disagreeable little shit, obviously like, fucking Burr or the Adams administration, there's lots of people back then who were miserable wretches and had poor political instincts and so on. But like, if you compare that to today, where it seems like the average politician is literally as or less intelligent than the average voter, certainly from the Republicans. Like, I feel like you just had to accomplish more back then. But nowadays, it's just a popularity contest. And it's usually a popularity contest where the winner is determined by the funders, right? The sponsors, and the sponsors want politicians and voters stupid. I think the internet is kind of at fault too. Maybe to an extent, yeah.